America's greatest ghost story, at least that's what they say. On a humid summer night in 1817, John Bell, a prosperous, red-soiled farmer near Adams, Tennessee, paused at the edge of his cornfield when a low, throaty growl rose from the swaying stalks. He spotted a strange, dog-like creature with eyes like embers and fur that bristled in a way fur generally should not. Bell raised his flintlock and fired. The beast vanished, leaving only a faint rustle, which was not particularly reassuring. Not long after, more uncanny visitors prowled his land, a winged colossus sweeping low over the treetops, a massive black hound whose rasping breath rattled the fence rails. Inside the farmhouse, walls thumped with unseen knocks and doors rattled on their hinges, though no hand or paw could ever be found responsible. Bell, a practical man, began to suspect his home had been claimed by something that did not intend to pay rent. The disturbances soon crept into the Bell boys' bedrooms. In the dead of night, they woke to the grating squeal of rats chewing through bedposts, the snarls of dogs locked in phantom combat, and the metallic clink of chains dragged across floorboards, a remarkable variety of sounds for something that did not technically exist. The moment a candle flickered to life, every shriek fell silent. Meanwhile, John Bell endured a horror all his own. Night after night, a slender stick pressed into both cheeks deep inside his mouth, twisting his tongue into agony. Terrified of scandal, he instructed his family to keep this to themselves, which, given the rats and the chains, was perhaps optimistic. After nearly a year of unsolicited nocturnal performances, John Bell at last summoned his neighbor, James Johnston, a man of imposing girth, unfazed, calm, and devout faith, apparently the perfect candidate for paranormal negotiation. That very evening, as their lamp made its final, sputtering bow, a commotion erupted that would have shamed a herd of geese, upturning the Johnsons' bed covers. A frigid draught roared through the room as if determined to win Best Supporting Role. Surveying the chaos with judicial gravitas, Johnston addressed the unseen lodger, demanding it reveal its true nature. From the pitch black came a soft, mocking voice, eerily articulate, and seemingly proof that this was no mere mischief-making poltergeist. Buoyed by this demonstration of sophistication, Bell enlisted 24 friends and neighbors. When they convened in the parlor, the specter spoke again, repeating Johnston's prayer in his exact timbre and timing, its contempt so palpable you could almost serve it a cup of tea. This entity was no run-of-the-mill poltergeist. Rather than hurl cheap curses, it serenaded guests with hymns and held spirited theological debates with the local clergy, its disembodied bass booming through the rafters as though auditioning for a celestial choir. At first it even offered flattering blessings, though its goodwill curdled sharply around Bell. It sneered at him and ominously vowed his demise. Pressed for an identity, it gave riddles. I am everywhere. Heaven, hell, earth, air. And on one grand night claimed to be a wealthy immigrant who'd buried treasure on the Bell property, promising to reveal its location to Bell's daughter Betsy. Under the soft glow of lanterns, the family dug furiously, turning over sod and stones with all the fervor of lottery hopefuls, only to uncover cold, empty earth. On another occasion, the same voice insisted it was a disturbed corpse, seeking a lost tooth, sending the Bells back to spading with identical results, but a marked increase in anxiety. Finally, in a hiss worthy of any low-budget horror, it confessed, I am old Kate Batts's witch, come to torment old Jack Bell. Kate Batts, a fiery-tempered widow locked in a bitter land dispute with Bell, was stunned. She vehemently denied any witchery, but the phantom morgue of public opinion quickly found her guilty. Under mounting suspicion, Kate fell gravely ill and died, more from heartbreak over her ruined reputation than anything supernatural. Once Kate was gone, the haunting shifted focus to young Betsy. In her chamber, invisible hands conducted unscheduled slaps, pinches, and pinpricks, the metallic twang echoing like an overzealous conductor's baton. Betsy, loath to sleep solo, persuaded her fiancé to share her bedside, only to subject him to the same rude treatment until he, mortified and terrified, withdrew his proposal. As gossip spread, one colorful variant claimed General Andrew Jackson himself rode out with a hired witch layer who fired a silver bullet at the specter, though Jackson's own diaries place him miles away, most likely enjoying a quiet evening free of poltergeists. In 1820, a different John Bell, a Tennessee militia captain unrelated to the farming family, recorded in his journal that thousands came to hear the invisible voice counsel Betsy on marriage, unsolicited guidance that, one imagines, was difficult to argue with. Skeptics muttered ventriloquism or mass hysteria, but no irrefutable proof of trickery ever surfaced, which must have been deeply inconvenient for the skeptics. After 3 years of relentless haunting, John Bell grew ill with strange fevers and convulsions. On his deathbed, the specter shrieked that it had poisoned him, a claim lent grim credence when a vial of arsenic was found among his medicines, suggesting that whatever the Bell Witch was, it was not above a conventional solution. With Bell's passing, most of the poltergeist's antics ceased, save for Betsy's pinching, which persisted until she renounced any thoughts of remarriage, a compromise that apparently satisfied all parties. Some say the spirit crept back 7 years later, presumably to confirm that everything was still going according to plan. Where the Bell Witch truly came from remains obscured by 2 centuries of retelling. Some blame Kate Batts' alleged curse. Others whisper that the Bell Boys had desecrated a nearby Native American burial mound, unleashing an ancient guardian's wrath, a story that arguably launched the American horror trope of disturb a sacred grave, invite a haunting, which Hollywood has since run entirely into the ground. Witnesses recalled the entity's shapes shifting with eerie fluidity: a rabbit-headed dog, a colossal bird, a pitch-black hound, echoes, some say, of Native American skinwalker legends, though the rabbit head remains difficult to account for under any tradition. In 1987, H.C. Sanders, a lone gas station owner, claimed a talking rabbit followed him near the mouth of the Bell Witch Cave, its ears twitching as it whispered warnings, a visitation that Sanders apparently felt compelled to report, and that no one has since been able to satisfactorily explain away. Over 2 centuries, the spirit's documented forms have included black dogs, vultures, bears, rabbits, and armies of gnawing rats, suggesting either a vast supernatural imagination or a region with a genuine wildlife problem. Today, the cave sits on the National Register of Historic Places. A full-scale replica of the farmhouse offers guided hauntings by lantern light, and visitors swear they've heard disembodied voices and seen misty apparitions. Some have even found cryptic scrawls on their windshields reading, "Do not come back," which is, at minimum, a strong 1-star review. Bell descendants appear on History Channel specials. Was the Bell Witch a spiteful neighbor's curse? An elaborate ventriloquist hoax? A restless grave spirit? Or something else entirely? Something that, for legal reasons, prefers not to be named. The original truth lies buried beneath 2 centuries of folklore, beer, and gift shop merchandise. You can still visit Adams, Tennessee, should you feel the need to resolve this personally. The farmhouse replica is staffed, and the spirit, if present, has had 200 years to think of something new to say. If you enjoyed this story, please give a like. Do you think it's real? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If would like to hear more stories about ghosts, cryptids, aliens, and all sorts of other creepy things, please drop a follow, and I'll see you next time.